please remember this phrase. It has never let me down in anything that I've done in my life in terms of searching for a career. And here's why. There are two parts to the job that I need needs me. You need a job. We all need a job. And what I can help you understand is I can identify with the unemployment lines. I know what it's like to stand in them. I've been in them in the last year and a half, in Somerville, in Charleston. I know what it's like. I know how you have to stand there at 7:30 in the morning and the door doesn't open until 8:30, and it's an hour-long line once you get through the door to get up to the desk to ask a question, when then they tell you you have to come back the next day. It's not your day. And I'm not picking on the people that work at the Employment Security Commission, because they're really good people and they're doing everything that they can to help. But that's how bad it is out there right now. So part of that formula, the job that I need needs me, is yes, you need a job, but not just any job. And you, sir, know that we've talked about this before, and I'm going to talk about it again. So many people right now, and I'll give you an example. When I was working at Goodwill Industries, and I'll share a little bit of my background with you in just a minute so you understand where I come from, but I was a job counselor for Goodwill. I ran a staffing agency for Goodwill called Good People Staffing. I placed people in jobs in hotels and restaurants, in professional positions on a daily basis. I ran ads, I interviewed, I counseled people, and we started seminars while I was at Goodwill Industries. But one of the things that people always would say to me is this. They'd come to my office and they'd say these words, "I'll do anything. Just get me a job. I'll do anything." That's how bad it is out there right now. I'll give you a specific example. He was an executive chef and he worked at a steakhouse. I'm not going to mention which one, but there are only two in downtown Charleston of particular note, and one's a new kid on the block. And he'd been fired by the owner. The owner I know too, and he can tend to fire people pretty easily. This chef was making $55,000 a year in downtown Charleston. This story I'm giving you is only 6 months old. This is a very real story, okay? He comes into my office and he says, "Find me a $15 an hour cooking position. Find me something for 15. I'll do it." Because I'm one of hundreds of people out there right now going after every single position. And I know I can already see head shaking in this room that you understand what I mean about that. It's rough out there. We're about to begin a college tour, and I'll tell you why. College students used to be the most desirable segment of the hiring process. They'd come out of college, they'd walk into an office, they say, "My gosh, look at that degree, you look great. We're ready to put you in. Absolutely, here's $40,000, here's a car, and here's an expense account, and here's your health insurance plan." Doesn't happen that way anymore. Because there are people like me, and I'm 51, that have been out there for 30 plus years, that have lots of experience. There are people in their 40s that have 20 years of experience. There are people in their 30s that have 15 years of experience. There are people in their 20s that have 5 years of experience. So now the college students are the lowest on the totem pole. And there are people in their 50s in this room and otherwise in society right now that are re-entering the workforce because due to the economy, they don't have the nest egg anymore. They have to work. And quite frankly, they're a very experienced group of people. So there are lots of reasons why, coming back to that formula, the job that I need needs me, let me come back to the key message there. Don't just accept anything. Don't go into a staffing agency and say, "I'll do anything." And here's what we would say to people at Good People Staffing when I did this. Don't tell me that. I would actually stop them. I would say, "Don't say those words, I'll do anything." Because an employer does not want to hear that you'll do anything. In a way they do. They want to know that you're a good quality person and you'll rise to the task if they ask you to do more than what maybe they asked another person to do. Yes, that's true. But they want to know that you have the skills, that you have the talent for what they're hiring for that specific position. See, here's part of where we get it all wrong when we're looking for a job. We're thinking of ourselves. What do I need? And I'll cover that part because that's part of the formula too. You do need something. But what is an employer thinking? They really don't care. I hate to say it. I know this is rough. They don't care that you've been unemployed. They don't care that you've been standing in unemployment lines for an hour. They don't care how hard it's been and you can't pay your mortgage or your debt load is picking up. What they care about is one thing. Are you the best person that I can get for the price that I can afford to pay you for this job? That's all they care about. And as an employer, I care about that too. Now, I do care about the people that work for me. But bottom line is we all want to get the best people that we can.